1/16-foot section, 42-inch wide for the end cap, cut to size, 2 12-foot beams, bunch of 2x4s laid across, and whatever decking you want. I had some leftover mishmash of stuff. You take your bottom stud and you cut it out, you drill it out on a teardrop style here. We don't want the studs in there. We take them out, take the bottom one and the top out. Grade 8 bolt on the bottom on both sides. There'll be a pivot point. Grade 8 bolt on the other side, same thing. And then here's something you'll figure out sooner than later. You're going to have to cut. Hold on. You're going to have to cut this part out because it typically goes straight across, but you're going to pivot here. And what I'm going to try is to leave this near section attached, kick it in, let it pivot down, and then have a big old winch. Well, it's not a big old winch. It's old 2,000-pound Venom winch that's got to be 20 years old that I just mounted to a cross member that was leftover stock from cutting that 16-footer down. Or 16-footer down. And I'm going to try to winch it up and then to actually lift this end back up again. Chain fall, handyman jack, a different winch. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Oh, it laid down very smooth, surprisingly smooth. No binding. And then now it's a pretty easy angle to winch the snowmobile up. And I'm in a 12 by 24 shed, and I've got room, bring that thing in and not have to move it. I did fasten. You're going to want to fasten that far end to the wall. I used long nails, big long spikes into that 2x4 that I put across. I got one on the bottom. And I might do that. That's the real structural part to make this thing not collapse, especially when you got the top pins out on each. With those grade 8 bolts and just a single snowmobile up there, I mean, I might put a couple of those top bolts back in, maybe just set them in. But you do want to bolt because you don't want that thing to come out. I thought maybe I could leave the bottom pins in and just, pivot on those pins. But yeah, if you get a little upsy-daisy, wow, God, no, I'm telling you guys, you wouldn't, because if you secured your width with your decking, that thing can't pop in and out. So, you might even save some time and effort by leaving these the top pins that come standard on every teardrop style, leave the pins in, not on the top, the bottom. And boy, yeah, you might not even have to buy the bolts that I did. Now, if I make another one, I'll clean it up. Live and learn. So I found that when I tried to winch the snowmobile up without anything holding the top of the beams together, that they folded out. So I put threaded rod on each side and one in the middle, just holds this together. So the plan is to be able to just scoop her down, and it really sits clean. And then we'll winch it. Actually, hold with your hand.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, well, let's give her the winchy. Is it hanging on something?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it's...
Yep.
So I just put a plastic tub lid under there because this sled has studs on it. Anything plastic underneath, and then it should slide all right. So let's give her another try.
It's
Okay.
the winch. It gets caught on some of the screws that are screwing in.
What screws?
The screws that are holding plastic or aluminum, whatever, down.
What gets caught?
The skis,
The skis? Screw?
like the bottom, and then it just goes right by.
Before I finish the winchy, the carbides are grabbing, which I figured they might. So just put some plastic underneath my skis, and she should slide good. Well, I had some of this plastic, top ridge molding from something. I don't remember what it was, but slid that underneath the wear bars. And let's see if we get a little less binding. Here we go. We're there. Well, I would say all in all, not so bad. Nobody died in the making of this production. Just using my battery from my lawnmower here, the old Cub Cadet, to power the winch. The winch was just mounted with leftover metal I had. Cross braces from scrap from this project. Pulled her up there. Those little plastic things fell off a couple times. I'll concoct something better. Boy, those wear bars really grab. Wanted to show the underneath. It's, about maybe 1 foot on center with the 2x2s. I just put these in loose. This grade 8 bolt's holding all the weight on all 4 corners, really. For the little weight that I'm putting up here, it's plenty good. So yeah, adjustable, obviously, because you just got bolts and holes on a rack. I might even build another one to stack the old lawnmower and the four-wheeler. Even got a little cutter on the top shelf with their other sled on the bottom. Not too shabby. Almost got room back again.